Okay, happy Friday, everyone. You guys should be able to hear me now. Let me know if you guys can hear me. But yeah, we've got a few things to cover on this Friday. We have markets coming down on the DAX, and then the NASDAQ is down 0.5%. YM just continuing its bullish run. I tried a short yesterday on YM on a couple of my accounts and end up taking a loss. Still a green week for me right now as we speak. Let's go to this month so we can see. Sorry, still a green month for me. But ended up losing yesterday. I tried a short on YM. We're getting some continuation plays, and I tried the short off the highs there and then end up getting stopped out. NASDAQ and ES just dumped at the open, and then we just rallied off of that. That actually set in the low of the day. And maybe I was off the desk later on in the day. We got some longs later on in the session that was quite nice to end the trading day. We are trading lower. I've still got some levels here on the NASDAQ, which we'll speak about down here at 25,400, and then back up here at still that level of 25,700. So we're trading lower highs underneath daily VWAP at the moment, and that's just going to be my focus today. It's just going to be ending the week strong. It's been I've spoken quite often about this in this pre-market stuff, is that December trading, you don't want to be looking to force things in these markets. Volume has definitely dropped off. We can see the VIX is still trading in the 18s, and that's not for me, I don't trade well when the VIX is underneath 15, but even when it's getting into the 18s and underneath 19 does the volume has just dropped off. We've spoken about ADR and how that's been a bit of a factor as well. So yeah. But yeah, I hope that you guys are all having a great week. What's up, Mark? How's your week been? What's up, Luigi? You can see in the chat. So levels on ES as well. Obviously going to be back up here at pre-market highs, 6,900. And then if we do hold here, I could definitely see us coming back down to previous days lows, which would be all the way down there. We are trading as an inside day at the moment. What an inside day means is we're completely within the previous day's highs and previous day's lows. Nice. Good stuff, Mike. Good stuff. Yeah. As mentioned earlier, I've locked in some payouts for next week. So I'm just been trading my personal account and a few other challenge accounts and funded accounts that I'm looking to get over the line as well. Stocks a little bit mixed bag. Yeah, pre-market. I think Tesla was actually making a nice move down yesterday. Could have maybe been shorting Tesla over here. And this is why I did like the shorts on YM. We were getting a flush down on the ES and NQ. And we end up, and Tesla as well, giving a nice sell signal over here. Break of the opening range low. I've spoken quite a bit about this week. Break of the opening range low. Retest, and we're looking for continuation down. We end up bouncing later on in the trading day, same as NVIDIA, and that obviously ends up, the shorts end up getting squeezed. Sorry, my Wi-Fi might have dropped off for a second there. Should be fine now. Should be back on. There you go. Yeah, but I hope that you guys haven't done too much damage your side. As mentioned, even like, let's just go to the ADR here on the 15-minute time frame. Doesn't matter what time frame, but let's just go to the ADR. That's where the indicator is on. Look, still in the 20s on ES. YM's been the one that's been carrying and just been trading very, very nicely, just continuing making, it's back up at all-time highs at the moment. But we haven't been seeing many follow-through trades working. I'm just absolutely screaming. I tried a short off that previous day's highs and got swallowed up yesterday. So a little bit of a tougher trading day yesterday, but nothing too serious. Nothing. I kept the risks small on most of the accounts that I was trading on. So nothing too hectic. So you've got some guys. Yeah. Mark, what trades have you taken this week that's been working? You're only trading NQ mainly. So YM, it's just super interesting. YM, we've taken out previous day's highs over here. Whereas NQ and ES are trading still as an inside day. We haven't taken out both the previous day's highs or previous day's lows. And we go to that report with edgeful. Okay, let's go to that inside bars or outside days even. Okay, we can see that in the last 6 months, let's just go to the daily. Sorry, it is inside bars. Inside bars report. In the last 6 months, very rarely do we trade completely as an inside day. So we do know that we are most likely to break one side. Had a power day yesterday, and NAS catching bars in London and New York. Nice. So yeah, I think that on the NASDAQ yesterday, there were some nice long opportunities over here. So I liked this short over there and then the retest maybe for short down here. But then as we moved up higher, maybe getting in a long over here. I think the trade of the day personally for me yesterday was an ES later on in the session. Over here, I even marked it up. I was off the desk by this time, so I took my loss in YM and then wasn't able to trade anything else. But this long over here was the trade of the day. I mean, you could probably take a trade like this with your stop at opening range low or even underneath that level, and you got more than 1 hour to previous day's highs. It's going to be interesting to see what we do get, though. We are sitting at all-time highs almost on the NASDAQ, S&P, and then YM is actually breaking we are sitting at all-time highs as we speak today. So it's definitely been the stronger asset of the three major indexes. As I said, a bit of a mixed bag here pre-market. We got Tesla down, Apple down, Microsoft and Meta, and then 3 up. Google, Amazon, and NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up 1%, I must say. And then on the broader stock watch list, I do think there were some nice plays as well to the downside on Robinhood yesterday. We can see a break of the opening range low, and then we just get that continuation. We get a pullback and then a continuation play low. So maybe a trade like this, something that I marked up, something like that to the lows was pretty nice. Yeah, nice, Mark. It's good to see that you guys are doing well. Eddie, how's everything been your side this week? Peter, I can see a couple of guys in the Discord chat here. Andre and I will be live today for the Open. I had the nice NASDAQ shorts on Monday on stream with edgeful, so that we'll see if we can catch something to end the week. So on Monday, I was live. Every single Monday and Friday, I'm live with Andre. I had some nice shorts on Monday on the NASDAQ continuation play to the downside. So nice. You can go rewatch those streams as always. But yeah, I do think that right now, as I said, like December time, the volume's been a little bit more dry than I would have liked. So, just looking to pick our spots a little bit more with more purpose. I think yesterday I might have forced that YM trade, just seeing the momentum, and I know continuation plays haven't been working. So definitely something to be work on. I was doing great until MGC smacked me yesterday, thinking of a retracement. So let's have a look at gold. GC. So you were looking for the shorts yesterday with gold just moving up heavily. Even today, we're up 1%. Yeah, over 70 points. So you were looking for a short here on gold, I'm assuming, yesterday, Eddie, and then end up getting smacked a little bit there. It's a tough one. Gold's just been ripping. Look at that daily candle on gold. Wow. Bitcoin trading at 92K. We did have that squeeze. When was it? I think it was on Tuesday from 90K to 94K. Yeah, we had a nice long opportunity on Bitcoin there. I don't really trade Bitcoin too much, I must say. I'm more, focused on indexes and stocks. But yeah, even on the currency side of things, I know a lot of you guys don't really trade currencies, but been super interesting post FOMC. Definitely the volume coming in, obviously post FOMC for sure. Yeah, Mark, not looking to take any trades today, but if a solid setup shows, I might hop in, going to end the week off on high. Yeah, I think especially on Fridays, it's capital preservation. You don't want to be giving back gains. Obviously, I'm down this week, but up on the month. So I'm just going to be looking to pick my spots. We'll see what Andre thinks of the market or how he's been going as well. Make sure that he is on today. Just messaging him there. But yeah, anyone else got any thoughts? Luigi, how's your week been? Yeah, Eddie, a little bit of a tough one on that gold yesterday. Could see what you're looking for, maybe a short of the previous day's highs. The Nikkei trading lower overnight too. Some big volatility coming in. On the open, we were up 300 points, and now we're back down, trading lower on the day. As I said, the DAX trading lower. Sometimes that can tend to, be the front runner for American markets too. But it will be interesting. DAX has just been ripping as well. I think DAX also back at DAX also back near all-time highs. DAX is the German stock market index with 2% of all-time highs as well. Week still flat on the funded, up 500 on my lucid eval. Thanks for asking, boss. Yes, sir. Yeah, not a bad idea trading. The challenges this week. It's been a little bit of a trickier market, I must say. At least for me, we don't really get much movement on the Wednesday. I took a quick short on the Nasdaq, but Monday and Tuesday, short on the Nasdaq on Monday, nothing on Tuesday. I think Tuesday was definitely a more trickier market, tight ranges. Right, so let's see if there's anything on CNBC that we can bring up and speak about as well. I know I spoke a little bit about journaling yesterday and how you got to improve and work on, what's working, what's not. Let's have a look here. 5 things to know in the market this morning. Chip types. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average surged to new closing highs yesterday as investors dove into the old economy and blue chip stocks. The Nasdaq's had out of the rally as an 11% drop in shares on Oracle. Yeah, we spoke about Oracle yesterday. We'll step down. So Lululemon CEO will step down. Okay, so nothing too much there. Let's just go to Pro News as well. So I'll subscribe to CNBC just to see, keep up to date with news and everything like that. For the scheduled news, I always use Forex Factory. I guess there's a lot of free websites that you can use as well. Yeah, Carvana shares have no room for error. How to make money if they start falling. Yeah, this has been pretty wild movement over there, that side. I got a bit turned off yesterday when I saw this flush down. We had a massive move overnight, and then we get a flush down. I thought we were probably going to get some extension lower, and we just didn't. We just rallied back up. So it will be interesting to see what we do get coming into today. As I said, I think if you are trading, I've been just trading challenges and personal accounts this week. I've locked in those payouts, so not looking to disrupt anything. As I said, it just has been a little bit of a trickier market lately. Maybe it's been a little bit better for you. How was your day yesterday? I know you said you had some break even and some flat trades. How was your day yesterday? This week's going to be my last full week trading. We do have Christmas obviously coming up in 2 weeks' time. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like this. If this level at 6,900 can hold and we see a move back down like this, on maybe a swing play, stops at the highs, something like this, where we can start to see these pre-market lows getting taken out. You can have stops above the level and looking back down for a move over there. Something like that would be something that I would be interested in. But again, rallies, dips have just been bought on the ES chart right now. If you go to like an hourly time frame, look at that. We dipped down yesterday and we rally back up off that 840 level where we've been buying for the last 2 weeks. Trading above the weekly view app at previous week's highs as well. So I have seen Friday to be quite a big explosive move. If you go to volume and range by weekday with edgeful as well, we can definitely see that volume picks up as the week continues. Monday is obviously the lowest day. This is in the last 6 months from the daily, from extended market hours. We can see that Fridays are the biggest volume days. And we also, if you go to the Nasdaq, you can go have a look at gold as well. But Nasdaq as well, Fridays. And then let's just go to GC. Nothing much, only one trade in GC in Asian session, lost 4 ticks. Yep. GC, yeah, actually starts off, pretty much the same. It picks up a little bit as the week goes on. But even if you look at NVIDIA, and I have spoken about this as well, let's just go to NVIDIA as well. Friday is the biggest range day. But if you go to the volume trends on NVIDIA too, we can see December. I did speak about this week, and I have been preaching about it, but NVIDIA as well. Let's just go to volume trends. December, very little volume. I know it could be skewed with all the bank holidays and so forth, but very, very much so. The drop off in NVIDIA has to be looked at in December. So my plan today on ES, I've got some levels that I am looking at. As I said, if we hold underneath 6,900, I could definitely see us coming back down into that 840 level. And then I would be looking to take profits because we have been rallying off of that level for the last, 2 weeks. You can see if there's anything else that we can speak about in terms of psychology that I am looking at. I spoke yesterday, as I said, about the importance of journaling and just learning from our mistakes. Not every single day is going to be perfect. But let's see if there's a few things that we can maybe speak about. I think the biggest thing that I can take away from recently is not putting your emotional attachment into your trading results, right? I think if a lot of times it can be a roller coaster. You win one day and you think you God's gift to trading, and the next day you have a losing day and it can eat you up, So just being more emotionally stable in your trading. Maybe that's something we'll speak on the live stream as well, but I'm interested to see how Andre's week's been, if he has been trading at all. I know he has been on a little bit of a break, but just not getting too caught up into the day-to-day results of your trading. Having a plan, coming into the day, sticking to that plan, and then taking your lessons one day at a time. Tony, how's your week been? Zap, I can see in the chat as well. Hope your week's been good too. I know from Meta perspective, I know Andre's been buying this as a long-term buy and hold, and we have rallied off those lows there. We have rallied 11% of those lows. So it'd be interesting to see if we can get above this daily 50 EMA. Right now we are coming. The 200 EMA is still above the 50 EMA. So if we can get above that and then start rallying higher like there, so that would be interesting to see too. Apple on the daily time frame, still at that 21 EMA, trading above the 50 and 200. NVIDIA sitting at quite a strong support level here at 180. We have been holding quite heavily, and we still are 15% of all-time highs. GC bit me yesterday as well. Interesting. So were you trying to look for the shorts on gold too yesterday? So it just shows you that you are going to have losses. I had a loss yesterday. I share all my wins and my losses. If you don't share your losses, I think you can't really learn from them. That's why I share when I lose. I share when I win. It's not always going to be pretty, but long-term and thinking long-term is definitely ideal. Were you looking for those shorts as well on gold yesterday, Tony? Just out of interest sake. But yeah, a few things to speak about. We are still trading. I mentioned those inside bars days on NASDAQ and ES is something to take a look at, because very rarely do we trade completely as an inside day. Only 16% of the time on ES and then NASDAQ. And that's in the last 6 months. And then on NQ, 12%. YM's really taken out the previous day's highs. So it'll be interesting to see if we do which side they want to break on ES and NQ. YM's just been doing its own thing recently, just been rallying. I went long on the retrace with a too tight of a stop. Yeah, unfortunate. So the DAX still coming lower here. I was looking for a short off that opening range low. We would be down 87 points right now, but I'm pretty much still focused on the New York trading session, doing family stuff and that in the mornings. But yeah, I'll be live with Andre from 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. So please make sure to check in. We'll be taking obviously any trades that do come along. I had that trade on Monday with you guys on stream. You guys can go rewatch that. It is on the edgeful YouTube as well as my YouTube channel as well. I'll put it. Make sure to put in the announcement section too, so you guys can click it quite easily. Any other thoughts? Any questions in the chat? Though, yeah, I think we can call it in the next couple of minutes. I've given you some levels on. Yes, I am still, wary of just shorting. We have been, markets have been coming down like we did yesterday. We got a flush at the open and we're getting bought up. So I would, as I said, if that 6,900 holds on ES, I would like to see a short back down to that 840 level. But for now, I'm just going to be sitting on my hands, obviously, until the open. Okay, cool, guys. Yeah, nothing much more to cover. I think that ending the week strong, don't do anything stupid. Have a plan, have your levels that you got, stick to that. And then we'll be live on stream with Andre to end of the week. See if we can find anything nice. I think also something that I've maybe could be working on too, and I have spoken about this as well, is just waiting, a little bit more until that first initial hour, the hour sets up that initial balance, and then I can look to find plays from there. Tips on trading both funded and live accounts. So I would reduce risk on the funded. Personally, you've done a good job to set them up. So for those that are trading, your top steps, build a balance up, look to take some payouts. For me, I'm trading a lot of two-step evals. I've got a few of the lines, so I reduce the risk on those. Just look to lock up payouts every single 2 weeks on them, with your FTMO, stuff like that. And then if it's a live personal account, have your risk, your max loss limit that you got set in for the day, and make sure that is set in. That's what I would say. And then evaluations, I'm hitting those hard. I don't want to be trading an eval for 2 weeks. It's, personally not making any money from it. So it's a waste of time. Try and hit it hard. And then we go from there. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you all being on. We'll lock it up here in a bit. Yeah, appreciate you guys being on, Luigi, 100%. Have a good one, guys, and we'll see you in the open in the next 30 minutes, 45 minutes. We'll have a 15-minute countdown, and then we'll be on for the open with Andre and myself. Cheers, guys. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you in a bit. Lekker, 100%. Yes, sir. Mark, appreciate you being on. Luigi, Hoa, Tony, Eddie, Cedric, thanks for being on. We'll see you in the next bit for the market open. Let's have a good end to the Friday. And we'll see you guys all on there. Cheers.